The centre, in fact, has informed the Supreme Court that the Tamil Nadu governor will take a decision on the release of Rajiv Gandhi assassination case convict within 3 to 4 days. Remember, the release of all 7 convicts has been a long-standing emotive issue in Tamil Nadu. For several years, pro-Tamil groups along with AIADMK and DMK have pushed for their release under humanitarian grounds. But this is the first time the issue is very close to a solution after decades of litigation and just months before the state assembly elections. In fact, let's also tell you here some more details that the DMK has demanded the release of all 7 convicts. In this case, the party passed multiple resolutions yesterday, including a demand seeking immediate release of the convicts by the governor. The DMK also questioned the governor's delay in making the decision despite the recommendation made by the state government 2 years ago.
Almost all the political parties are towing a same line when it comes to Rajiv Gandhi assassination convicts, demanding that they should be released on humanitarian basis as they have spent enough number of period inside prison. So this being the demand of almost all the political parties here in the state of Tamil Nadu, and very recently we heard it from the Supreme Court also. The central government informed the Supreme Court that the Tamil Nadu governor will be deciding on the release of AG Perarivalan in another 4 to 5 days, and this comes after a very long legal battle. We know in 2019 the Tamil Nadu state government passed a recommendation to the governor under Article 161 to release all the 7 Rajiv Gandhi convicts on humanitarian basis. And then we saw the governor stating that he needs legal opinion, he needs to take legal opinion, so he will be deciding on the matter without fixing any time frame for it. And there were several petitions moved by Nalini, Murugan Shantan and Perarivalan. In the separate petitions they moved before several courts, that is Madras High Court and the Supreme Court, stating the Supreme Court to direct the governor to decide on the recommendation made by the Tamil Nadu state government. But we know that the courts refused to set any timeline for the governor, stating that the courts cannot direct the governor to decide something on a particular time frame. But they also expressed their displeasure over the delay from the governor's part. And yesterday we have seen recently we have seen that the governor has informed the central government that he will be deciding on the recommendations that have been done by the Tamil Nadu state government in next 4 to 5 days. So we have to wait and watch what the governor will be deciding on this issue. The governor can definitely reject the recommendation made by the Tamil Nadu state government, or he can accept it, or he can once again send it back to the Tamil Nadu state government.
All right, let me in fact go across to Tanima, who's joining me from the newsroom at this point in time. Tanima, this is of course an issue which tends to come up before every election, but perhaps this is the first time we might actually see some sort of a resolution. If you can take us through the entire timeline.
That's right. In fact, this is a very complex issue. It's a highly emotive issue in Tamil Nadu, and ahead of the polls, this is also something that is probably going to be, might become a political issue also. But let's just take a look at how the case has in fact emerged over the years. Of course, it was in May 21st, 1991 that Rajiv Gandhi, the former Prime Minister, was assassinated. We go into the following after that in 1999, in May 11th, close to the date of his assassination, in fact, that 4 of the 7 convicts were sentenced to death. Following which, in fact, that has been a long-drawn process. Now, 3 other convicts were, in fact, sentenced to life on May 11th. But what happened was that the execution of the 3 convicts, in fact, was set for September 9th. But it was also the Tamil Nadu government, in fact, intervened, and the Tamil Nadu Assembly adopted a resolution against the execution on August 30th, 2011. Again, the matter did not end over there. It was later on that we saw that the government actually sent a request also to the governor. If we go into the following points, we'll be able to understand that. On August 30th, the state government, in fact, urged the president to commute the death sentence. And that is what exactly happened. The Madras High Court, in fact, stayed the execution of 3 convicts, and the plea was transferred to the Supreme Court on the very same day. The next timeline date that we look at, Avni, is on February 18th of 2014, when the death sentence of the 3 convicts was finally commuted to life. Following which, what we saw was that the Supreme Court again asked the Tamil Nadu governor to consider this particular convict that we are talking about, his plea, that was back in 2018. And in fact, that is one of the main grouses of several political parties in Tamil Nadu right now, that they are saying that the governor has actually been sitting on this petition for 2 years. It's only recently now that the Supreme Court has asked tough questions that we can see that a reaction coming in from the governor. On September 9th, in fact, the AIDMK government recommended the release of all the 7 convicts. And that also, of course, a decision on that is still pending. And the governor, in fact, sought legal advice and delayed the matter, as I mentioned, for 2 years. And following this, what we can, in fact, see is that there have been a lot of strong political movement over the past few years, seeking pardons, seeking the release of these convicts. And now, just ahead of the elections, this issue is resurfacing once again. But for the first time, there seems to be a date at least set within which the governor will now have to, a time frame within which he has to work and give out his decision whether or not he's going to pardon Periravallan or not.
All right, Tanima, thank you so much for joining us with those details.